She believed he wasn't noticing, but she could sense it. The way his fingers tightened on the armrest whenever she got too close. It lingered in the remnants of a love that hadn't fully faded, despite their efforts to pretend otherwise. One night, she broke down. She had been silent all evening, her movements slower, her breathing heavier. He was about to leave when she whispered, "Stay." Daniel paused. He should have walked away. He should have reminded himself why he had spent years trying to forget her. But he didn't. Instead, he sat back down, watching as she wiped her eyes, frustration flickering on her face. "I hate this," Olivia muttered, shaking her head. "I hate feeling so weak. I hate that I waited so long to tell you. I hate that I don't know how to fix this." Daniel looked at her, a tightness forming in his chest. "You can't fix it," he said, and the truth of those words stung. Olivia let out a soft, broken laugh. "I never stopped loving you." The words cut through him, sharp and deep, like reopening an old wound. He should have been angry. He should have thrown her words back at her, reminded her that love wasn't enough to stop her from leaving. But he didn't. He just sat there, unable to move, unable to breathe. She reached for him then, her fingers brushing his. A simple, hesitant touch, but enough. Enough for Daniel to feel the pull of something he had tried to bury. Enough for the years between them to fade, if only briefly. He leaned in, and before he could stop himself, her lips were soft and familiar. For one heartbeat, nothing else mattered. There was no past, no resentment, no anger. Only Olivia, the warmth of her mouth, the taste of what once felt like home. But reality soon returned. Daniel pulled away sharply, breathing hard, his hands trembling as he pushed back. Olivia's wide eyes searched his face, and for the first time in years, he saw the woman who had once been his whole world. But love hadn't been enough. He stood up, running a hand through his hair, trying to steady himself. "This changes nothing," he said, his voice harsher than he meant. She flinched. "Daniel." "No." His hands clenched into fists. "You don't get to say you never stopped loving me. You don't get to pretend this can be fixed. Love didn't stop you from leaving. Love didn't stop you from keeping my son from me, so don't tell me it matters now." The words hung between them, heavy and silent. Olivia swallowed, looking down. "I know," she whispered. Daniel exhaled sharply and turned toward the door. He needed to leave. He needed space, air, anything to keep from falling back into something that would only break him again. As he reached for the doorknob, Olivia spoke once more, her voice barely audible. "I wish I could do it all differently." Daniel closed his eyes, his grip tightening on the door. "So do I," he admitted, and then he left. Daniel barely slept that night. He tried convincing himself it was nothing, a lapse in judgment, a moment of weakness. But no matter how long he paced his penthouse, staring at the city lights, he couldn't shake the memory of Olivia's lips or the quiet pain in her eyes when he pulled away. He had built his life on control, on ensuring no one ever had power over him again. But in one moment, she had unraveled him. And the worst part? He hated that a part of him had wanted it. But there was no place for that now. The only thing that mattered was Caleb. Over the past week, Daniel had slowly become part of his son's life, attending soccer practice, learning his little quirks, discovering his favorite foods. He was cautious, deliberate, never overstepping, aware that Olivia could retreat further at any moment. He had planned to sit down with Caleb soon to tell him the truth himself, giving him time to process. After years of being blindsided by life, the one thing Daniel could control was how his son learned who he really was. But he never got that chance. The call came in the afternoon. Olivia's number appeared on his screen, but when he answered, it wasn't her voice. "Mr. Whitmore?" The voice was unfamiliar, shaky, young. "I'm Caleb's teacher. Something happened at school." Cold panic surged through him. "What happened?" "It's Caleb. He's very upset. He ran out of school before we could stop him. He's on his way home." A pause. "Sir, I think..."